And welcome to the channel, everybody. Here, back with another episode of this NCAA 25 FIU Dynasty Rebuild. And here in this episode, it's in a pretty exciting matchup here that we have against Sam Houston. Here, this is the first time that we have played them in this franchise. First time that I've seen them in this game. They are a brand new team to this game. We're not at NCAA 14. And right now, FIU is struggling in this season. They are now 2-5 on the year, and they've hit a bit of a rough patch in this season. They've lost their last 3 games in a row, I believe, and they go into this game here against a pretty good Sam Houston team. I mean, they're 3-4 right now on the season. Overall, they're 2-1 in the conference. Meanwhile, we're still sitting at 0-3 here after what was a really poor offensive showing against the UTEP Miners. We're maybe looking for some change to this offense. Keon Jenkins has not thrown a touchdown pass the last 2 weeks and has not just not played very well. I don't really like where his level of play has been at. And we go into the depth chart here, and we're going to actually give a starting nod to Chaden Perry. I mean, here's a look at Keon Jenkins. His stats on the season, I mean, over 2,000 yards, which isn't terrible, but his yardage has gone down significantly the last couple of weeks. The completion percentage sitting at only 62%, but of course the touchdown-to-interception ratio is not good for him right now at all. 7 touchdowns to 12 picks, and he's been sacked 40 times. You know, this offense just needs a boost. We need something here to reinvigorate this team after a few games that we have dropped in a row and after some of these losses. And Chaden Perry is going to take over as this team's starter. Chaden Perry, I believe, is a sophomore, and these are his numbers. He's actually a junior. These are his ratings here. And, you know, the accuracy and the throw power, pretty much the same, very similar to where Keon Jenkins was at. 80-90 throw power. I don't want a strength there, but he's got good accuracy all across the board. Very decent there. Decent awareness at 78 and decent play action at 74. Now, the one thing about him is Perry is not mobile very much at all. Keon Jenkins could scramble outside of the pocket from time to time whenever he wanted to. We're not going to be able to do that with Chaden Perry. He's going to have to stay in the pocket for most of the game. He's not going to be a good scrambler, good guy to move outside of the pocket. So that will have to change our approach here in this game a little bit. Trying to lean on the ground game a little bit more. Lexington Joseph sitting at 455 rushing yards on the season there. That was Keyshawn Owens, actually, who's our lead back. And I don't know. I don't think we really got the running game going very much in the last couple of weeks. I want to reestablish that running game. It's in this one. We're going to try to do that. And Keyshawn Owens here leading the team with receiving yards. He's nearly at 500. He'll get that in this game. Eric Rivers is still sitting at 3 touchdowns. And again, we don't have a receiver here, another wide receiver besides Owens Rivers, who has more than 1 receiving touchdown. And that's been a big weakness of this team, is we're not finding the end zone with really any of these wide receivers right now on our roster. And Ezekiel Massis leading the team in terms of total tackles. But, you know, we haven't seen Giovanni Davis or Cole Gustafson make very many plays recently. They're both still sitting at 6 and 6.5 sacks. These guys have not got a sack in the last couple of weeks. And so I'd like to see them kind of keep up what was a really hot start for them in this season. Ezekiel Massis there sitting at 3.5 sacks and 2 interceptions. And interception numbers have slowed down a little bit here over the last couple of games. But overall, our defense has been okay. I mean, we're giving up a lot of yards on the ground. We're one of the worst rushing defenses in the nation right now. I mean, teams are able to run up and down the field on us. And, you know, not an amazing conference, but something to watch here as we finish out this season. We're getting closer to the end of the year. Jamal Potts is sitting at 5 interceptions on the year. That is actually a tie for the record for this team. A single amount of interceptions in a season by a player. The record right now for FIU in their program's history is 5, so if Jamal Potts can secure one more interception, he's going to have that interception record total all to himself, which would be pretty cool. And then you look at fumbles there, and we have had 5 fumble recoveries this year, and that's about average with where the rest of the nation is. But with that, we're going to look at where we are in terms of offense nationally. I mean, we look at the national numbers, and our offense isn't terrible in terms of nationally here. I mean, we have over 3,000 total yards of total offense or passing offense. Definitely more of the strength of the team there, over 2,000. But, only 8 passing touchdowns. That's really low. And one of the, I don't actually know where that is in terms of other teams in the nation. But, yeah, that's a low total. I mean, we need to get more balls in the end zone, more touchdown passes in the end zone. But we are the worst defense nationally in terms of total yards and in terms of rushing yards allowed there, or passing yards allowed, actually. And third worst in passing yards. We do have the most sacks out of anybody in the nation right now. And the most interceptions still sitting there at 16 with 4 fumbles. But you look at the CUSA and Sam Houston, their offense has been one of the better ones in the conference here. They're second in terms of yards in the conference. Total their total offense in terms of passing yards here. They are, higher up in the margin when it comes to the running yards here. But, second or third in passing touchdowns. We are dead last in terms of passing touchdowns in the Conference USA here this season so far. Although we do have a lot more running touchdowns. We have 15 of those. That is the most out of anybody in our conference. But, yeah, I mean, this team is pretty good offensively. They're not great defensively, though. They are the second worst defense in the Conference USA here. They have allowed over 2,800 yards, and their passing defense is not very good. So, I mean, I know I was just talking about trying to establish the running game, and I do want to still do that. I do think that we need to give Lexington Joseph and Keon Owens some touches in this game more than we have in previous weeks. There might be a weakness here to try and attack this team through the air. Their passing defense is just not very good. We are not very good on third downs, only sitting at a 35% conversion right there. Red zone efficiency sitting at 48%. That's second worst in the conference, only behind Louisiana Tech. And turnovers are actually have a +1 positive differential despite all of our giveaways. 12 interceptions, 7 fumbles lost. That's a lot of turnovers, but our defense has forced a ton of turnovers as well this season. Kind of a ridiculous amount. And you look at Sam Houston and this roster, it's a very similar roster to where we are at. I mean, honestly, there's not a lot separating us and this team here. I think Sam Houston is just slightly better than us right now, but our rosters in terms of, guys in 80 overalls, there's just not a lot of separation here. Kevin Gaither is this team's best overall player at an 84 overall here, a right outside linebacker. He's got a sack this season, and one of those defensive leaders there for this team. And then you got a good center here in Ethan Hagler at an 80 overall. Then Noah Smith is their top offensive performer here, at least in his skill position at wide receiver. He's an 82 overall wide receiver here, and he's got great elusiveness, great quickness and speed, good route running there, but his catching at 90 is really good. His catch in traffic is really good there at 84, and spec catch at 83. So Noah Smith, definitely a wide receiver for us to watch out for here in this game. And you look at his numbers, he's got 2 receiving touchdowns and over 300 receiving yards this season in total. So definitely watch for him. That will be a guy to focus on for our defense in this game. Caleb Weaver is the only other 80 overall player on this roster there. Tight end is Son there. He's their starting tight end. Grant Gunnell is their quarterback, but he's actually not their starting quarterback. Their starting quarterback this season is Jace Bauer, who's got decent throw power there. Good elusiveness, actually. His accuracy is pretty good. He's got decent quickness. I don't know what his archetype is exactly, but seems like he can scramble around a little bit here. He actually is a scrambling archetype. So, yeah, we do need to watch him going outside of the pocket. I don't like facing scrambler quarterbacks. on defense in this game. Defense is hard enough without facing a guy that can scramble outside of the pocket. And, yeah, he's got almost 2,000 passing yards and 16 touchdowns, and he's got 330 yards running as well. So, he's had a decent season. 7 interceptions is quite a lot there. And then here's our starting running back, John Gentry. Only 310 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns for him on the season. So, yeah, this team is passing the ball a lot. They're a very pass-heavy team, it seems like. Not a ton of running for them. But here we are in this game. We're going to kick this bowl game off. And taking it from the 1-yard line is the punt returner there. And that's not going to be a very good return. He doesn't even get into the 20. So here is Jaden Perry, as this is his first game starting, his first snap from scrimmage here, or this is his second. Technically, he's going to give it off to Owens, and Owens making a move and making a cut. Does get some decent yardage there, and that was actually Lexington Joseph, never mind. No, number 0 is Shamari Lawrence. And now it's a 3rd down and 1. There's a give up the middle, and that's Keon Owens. He's going to get a first down on that run. Just go up with him, go power running there on 3rd and short. Now it's a 2nd down and 6. As dropping back to pass for the first time is Perry here. He's going to the outside, and that is caught out there on the outside by Dean Patterson. Only 13 total catches on the season, but there's number 14 for him on the year. First completion for Jaden Perry in this bowl game, as that's a give there. Nothing really doing on that running play. Now it's a 3rd down and 9. First big 3rd down we've seen faced here in this game. That's a throw out of the backfield, and it's caught, but there's not going to be a first down there. They do not get enough for the first, so we have to punt the football away here. Back to Sam Houston, and getting it back on the return and outside across the 25 is the Sam Houston Bearcats. And here's their offense out onto the field, led by quarterback Jace Bauer. First down and 10, and they're going to lead on the ground game immediately. Noah Gentry's got a wide open hole. John Gentry breaks off a tackle. John Gentry into FIU territory and all the way down near the 40-yard line. Wow, what a running play there on first down for Sam Houston. They're going to hurry up here, trying to push the pace on us as a new set of downs all the way down to the 39-yard line. A man in motion here. It's another handoff. And getting to the outside and actually getting a few out of that play is John Gentry. That play kind of looked like it was going to be stopped in their tracks, but they did get positive yardage there. Now it's a backup. It's a give to their backup running back there, as that is caught by higher back number 0 out of the backfield. And now the 3rd down and 12. Trying to take a little bit of a deep shot, and it's caught there. Wow, what a catch by Ife Idai there down inside of the 5. And that was a pretty crazy catch there, all through traffic and through contact. So now it's all of a sudden a first down and goal! And Bauer goes into the end zone, and he's got his man, Noah Smith, with a catch. His first of the game, and that's a touchdown for Sam Houston. 3rd one of the season for Noah Smith, and that looked easy there for Sam Houston on that drive, as there's a return here. This is a good one, actually. That was Jamal Potts there returning at punt, and he actually gets out near the 30-yard line. So it's a pitch play here, and there is a little bit of a lane for Owens. He's going to get a first down, and he's going to get more than that as he breaks off a tackler and gets a good gain all the way now down to midfield. Big running play there. Perry's back to pass. They're going to go with a screen play here, and it's caught out of the backfield by Shamari Lawrence. He gets a pretty good game, but it looks like there's a penalty flag on the field, and it's going to be roughing the passer against Sam Houston. So add some more yardage onto that play now, down to the 32-yard line for us. New set of downs on 1st and 10 here. Perry takes it and trying to go with a screenplay, but it's covered up completely by Sam Houston. Man, they read that play like a book, knew it was coming, and we are going to have to, we take the sack. Should have probably thrown the ball away, but now going to the outside on a jet sweep here and getting a lot of that back. Wow, 18-yard play right there, and it's technically a pass for I believe that was a pass by Lexington Joseph there, as that's a run up the middle and a first down. So we overcome the sack there on first down to get a new set of downs. Play action for Perry. He's going to go to the outside. That one is caught. Josiah Myman there on a little post route. Catches it near the end zone. Now it's a toss play to the outside. Shamoy Lawrence stripping a tackler and getting into the end zone. Touchdown FIU as the Panthers drive down the field, and they're going to tie this game up here at 7 near the end of the first quarter. Good looking drive right there from FIU here at the end of the first. And Chad Perry made a couple of pretty decent throws on that drive, running the football pretty effectively here. Speaking of running the football effectively, there's an 11-yard gain for John Gentry, who already has 47 yards on only 4 carries right now. And why not? Go right back to him, as he's going to go right back up the middle, and I mean wide open for him, as he gets like 12 more there on that carry. Wow, he's already up to 60 yards on the ground. 2nd down and 5. Gonna keep giving it to him again, and as block set on the outside, breaks a tackle. Now down inside of the 25-yard line of Florida International, and Sam Houston is back on the move again. 1st down and 10. They're gonna go no huddle here with the first quarter clock winding down, and a pass right out of the backfield. It is caught by number 19. That is their tight end, Elijah Son, making that catch here. Now we're in the second quarter. 2nd down and 4. And there's a man sitting there wide open and nearly getting into the end zone. Wow, I'm amazed that Son did not score there on that play. He's just inches short of the goal line. Now it's a 1st down and goal here. And it's a read option play. And we read that play really well. Jace Bauer gets dropped for a loss behind the line. Now it's a 3rd goal. Big time play here. In the backfield is Bauer. Goes to the back of the end zone. And he has his tight end, Elijah Sean, wide open in the back of the end zone for the score. And number 19 carved us up in that drive. He got 2 or 3 passes on that drive. And the capper, a touchdown in the back of the end zone. So our defense has looked very shaky in this game so far, as Sam Houston has had a couple of really long drives. Bauer is 6 for 7 passing right now. We have to put the ball away. That's a 3 and out. And now it's a read option play. Bauer's got some room here, and he scrambles to the outside and immediately gets a new set of downs there on a 1st down carry. And we are getting gashed running the football, and it's another read option and another long gain for Bauer. More yards for him, another gain of 10 or more inside of the 30. And man, our running defense right now has looked very porous. Now it's a play action pass, and they're going to go to the outside. It's caught, running free and into the end zone is Noah Smith. 2nd touchdown of the first half. Sam Houston is back in the end zone again. They're up 2 scores here in the 2nd quarter. And another easy touchdown drive for the Bearcats. That was like a 4 or 5 play drive right there, straight down the field. And I mean, man, when you run the football as well as they have been able to do there, a perfect opportunity to go to the play action pass, and we had no answer for it. Josiah Myman making something happen on offense as we get that catch. He's got 4 of them already in this game, trying to go to the outside. Oh my goodness, dangerous pass, trying to go to Dean Patterson on a curl route, but he was completely covered there by the defender. And now another punt. Our offense had one really good drive, and we've kind of slowed down after that. We haven't been able to really put up much on offense, and our defense right now cannot get off the field, cannot get a stop. 3rd down and short, and they give up another big running play for John Gentry, who's got 95 yards on the ground already. 3rd down and 5. Bauer scrambling out of the pocket. Then he's got a 1st down, and he's got more scrambling and sliding near the 35-yard line. He's got 35 rushing yards here in this game, and just when it looks like our offense can stop him here and has him in the backfield, they cannot do it, as there's a play broken up there in the secondary. Third down, another third down here. Sam Houston has converted almost every single one in this game. Bowers got time. Bowers now scrambling again, and guess what? Bowers got another first down. My goodness, our defense needs to stop right here. This is a 3rd down and 4. Bowers back to pass as a wide receiver screen out of the backfield. And this time, finally, we call man coverage, and we actually get a stop. Wow, so a field goal attempt here, and he does get it in through the left upright. More points for Sam Houston. This game quickly blowing up into a blowout right now. We are down by 3 scores, and that is nearly an interception. Chad Perry has not really been all that incredible for me in this football game so far. He needs to put together a 2-minute drill right now. That's a throw. That's a good pass. One of his better ones in this game here, but not a first down. I mean, it's a 4th down and 3 already, and we're going to go for this. We actually snap it here, but Sam Houston's defense was ready for it. Sincere Jackson got in the backfield, and he takes down the running back for a stop. And now Sam Houston set up in perfect prime field position here, as that's a throw to the outside, and now John Gentry is getting involved in the passing game with 40 seconds left, and that was, definitely a questionable call to go for that on 4th down deep inside of your own territory like that, but I was getting so frustrated on offense. I wanted something to happen here. Now it's a 3rd down and 7, and they're going to go short here, but that one is going to be stopped, and another catch there by Elijah Son, but he's not going to get a first down. So at least our defense doesn't allow Sam Houston to get back in the end zone again, but they're going to go for another field goal here, as this kick is up, and it's going to be good. And, I mean, this has been a disastrous second quarter. 20 points for Sam Houston here, unanswered by us in this game, and where I was quick managing here in the second half, and to look at that, an interception by our best defensive player. I mean, Ezekiel Mass is out here trying to single-handedly keep us in this football game, and I mean, he gets a huge turnover. So we are set up prime field position here. We're going to keep it on the ground, at least for right now, but we're not going to get a first down there. I mean, come on. We're not settling for a field goal after that turnover. We're back up to the line. We're going to go for this. And up the middle. Oh, my goodness. I actually don't know how Shamori Lawrence got that first down. I thought he was short live playing in that game, but apparently he crossed the line. Thank goodness. Now it's 2nd down and goal here. We're going to go short, and that's caught by Patterson, but he's not going to get into the end zone. It's 3rd and goal from the 2. Perry searching for that first touchdown pass of his career. Now trying to scramble, and he just barely gets the football away. Wow, that could have been disastrous. He does throw the ball away. Now it's a 4th and goal, and again, we've gone too far. We're down 20 points. We're going for this here. It's a toss for to the outside, and Shamori Lawrence again, short field, and he gets into the end zone for the 2nd time today. That's rushing touchdown number 8 on the season, and FIU gets that back on the board here in the 3rd quarter. Now trailing by 13 here, 27-14. There's a first down run, and John Gentry sitting at 119 rushing yards. Our defense, man, we got to come up with something here. There's a throw to the outside, and wide open out of the backfield is their backup running back here, and he gets all the way past midfield into FIU territory. And now it's a first down here for Sam Houston as they're going up to their line, hurrying up here on this play as it's play action. Trying to go to the outside. They actually had a man open there, but that one will fall incomplete. So the completion percentage for Bauer has dropped a little bit since the first quarter here, but now going deep here and break that one up. Yes, he does. Actually, that might have been a drop by the receiver, honestly. More of a drop than a broken up pass. But luckily, our defense, I mean, Sam Houston got momentum, but their drive stalls here. And that punt was pretty terrible. We had to plug in the ball at the 23-yard line. They could have pinned us deep. There, they don't. Chad Perry is back on the field, and Chad Perry is going to throw it right to a defender. That is Elias Escobar with an interception. Picks that one off, trying to go on a slant. We called a stick route there, and I mean, apparently Chad Perry did not see that defender there sitting in the flat and making that interception. That's a huge pick right there. And Sam Houston immediately scores a rushing touchdown by their quarterback, Jace Bauer, and we are trailing by a big margin again. Down by 27 once more. And here nearing the end of the third quarter, that's a pass outside. It's caught, but short again. I mean, Chad Perry has only 88 passing yards today. 4th and 3. We're down by a bundle. We need to get points right here. We are going to go for it on 4th, and we get the conversion as we're going to hurry up here to the line, trying to catch this defense off balance, but a run up the middle doesn't work. I mean, we really haven't been able to run the ball in this game. Granted, we have been trailing by a lot this whole time in this game, but even without that, we just haven't been able to run the ball very effectively. That's a catch out of the backfield for Keon Owens there. Another new set of downs. And trying to go over to the air, and that one is caught as well. Good grab there in traffic, immediately tackled. Was the outside receiver, and now we're on the move. Perry's making some throws right now, and that one also probably should have been complete, but it is dropped and broken up. So now it's a 3rd down and 10. Perry's back to pass. He's going with the screenplay here, and out of the backfield is Owens. He's trying to get to the 1st down marker. He's going to be short. We can't settle for a field goal. The coach wants us to go for it. We will here on 4th and 2. And here's a give, and getting the 1st down right there is going to be Lexington Joseph, who only has 25 yards on the ground in this football game. So now, here we are in this formation again, and there's a toss play to the outside, and there goes Shamari Lawrence. He's got wide open space. Nobody is going to get to him. That is a touchdown. Keon Owens throwing it and passing it there on the jet sweep play to our other running back, Shamari Lawrence. His first receiving touchdown this season. Or actually, no, his second receiving touchdown of the year on that play, and we do get back in the end zone again. So it's now a 21-33 game, only down by 12. Come on, defense, get a stop here. 3rd down and 8 as the third quarter winds down. They take the snap here, final play of the quarter. Trying to go deep over the middle, knocked away. Good play. That might have been Jamal Potts out there knocking that football down. But our defense actually does get a critical stop right there. That's a glance at the top 25 rankings. You're going to pause the video and look at what those rankings are at. Obviously, we're not really concerned with that. But guess who's back in this football game here? That's a try for a screen pass that does not work. But guess what? Keon Jenkins comes back onto the field because our offense has really not been that impressive. I haven't been that impressed with what Chad Perry has done in this game. And so we're going to go right back, and we're going to try and get Jenkins back in this football game here. But now our defense going to have to come up with another stop. Here's a run to the outside, and wide open space. There's another gain of almost 10 yards for their running back, John Gentry, who is just carving us up on the ground. He only has 18 carries, but he's got over 100, almost 140 rushing yards today. And they're going to give it right back to him. He's got the 1st down and a little bit more. Gain of about 5 or 6 on that play. Now nearing 150 yards on the ground. This is a critical drive right now for our defense to get a stop, and that's an interception. That's picked up by Massis. He's taking it back downfield to the 20, to the 10. He avoids the defenders, and he's going to get into the end zone. Oh, baby, what a big play for Azika Massis. 62-yard pick 6 to the house. And FIU is right back in this game. Wow, what a huge interception by Hezekiah Massis. And look at what he does to outrun the quarterback. He gets around him and scores. He's got 4 interceptions on the year, 2 in this game. And FIU is not dead yet. Wow, I mean, he's basically directly responsible for 14 of our points in this game. We scored off of an interception. I mean, he got a pick. We got set up in the red zone, and we scored off of that. But now scrambling again is Jace Bauer, and he's got 74 yards rushing today as he escapes the pocket. This is the biggest drive of the football game right here for this FIU defense. We go, and it's a running play, or actually that might be a little bit of a toss play. It actually is going to be a throw, technically, by Bauer here. 2nd down and 2. Clock nearing 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go. It's a give up the middle, and not a lot there on the ground for Gentry, but enough for a first down. Nearing 5.5 to play now. 2nd down and 8. Going to the air. That one's caught. A big-time reception. The 6th catch of the game for Noah Smith today. He is having himself a great day. 65 yards through the air for him tonight. And Bauer is back to pass. A lot of going in the air in this drive, and he's got a wide-open receiver there. That's number 11, Malik Phillips. And that's only his 2nd catch of the day, but that's a big one. And all of a sudden, Sam Houston is now down inside of the 25-yard line. We're inside the 15. Going to the end zone! And making the grab in the end zone is the tight end, Elijah Shawn. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Catch number 5 of the night. And that is a back-breaking drive for our Panthers. Man, Elijah Shawn, the senior, is having a great game right now. And that drive took about 5 minutes. And Sam Houston makes it a 2-score game again. That was a big-time drive. Our defense needed to come up with a clutch stop, and they couldn't. That is an unbelievable catch right there. I actually do not understand how that ball was rolled in there by the receiver. That catch was crazy. But can Jenkins somehow lead kind of a miracle comeback? We need 2 scores in just under 3 minutes left in this game, as that throw to the outside is knocked away and it falls incomplete. Third down and 10 here. Going to the outside. That's a good placed football right there in between 4 defenders. Great throw by Jenkins. And it's now a new set of downs inside of Sam Houston territory here. Down to the 35-yard line. And going over the middle again. That's a catch. That's a reception there by number 19, Ross Fournette. He's got a catch here. And now it's a 2nd down and short. And we're going to run the football. And not a lot here, but a first down. And trying to mix the run, get Keon Owens some action on the ground despite being down by this much. Nearing the 2-minute warning here. Can we score before the 2-minute warning? That would be ideal. First down and 10. And it's play action here. Looking is Jenkins. He's still looking. Firing over the middle. That is almost caught. Oh, it falls incomplete. He had his man. I mean, that was a fairly decent open man. A decent throw. Now we're going out of the backfield. That's caught. And there goes Keon Owens into the end zone. Touchdown for number 5. That's his first touchdown of the season this year. Despite being our primary running back, his first receiving or running touchdown of the season for number 5. And a little Texas route there, and he gets great separation on the defender. Number 14 in the backfield there. That actually was Kevin Gaither, who he outran and had great separation on there on that play. And we do score, so we have all 3 timeouts left with 1:58 left to play here, and that's a first down play. Doesn't go anywhere. We're calling our timeouts. Defense needs to get 1 more stop to get us the football back. And we know what Sam Houston agenda is. They're running the football right now, getting away from a tackler and nearing the first down marker is John Gentry. This is the game right here. 3rd down and 1, a minute 49 to play. Here comes the snap. It's a give to Gentry. Going outside. Gentry's got the first down as the tackler gets there, but not in time. And that timeout's not going to matter. Sam Houston is going to kneel this football down, and the game is going to end. FIU falling just short in this one tonight as well. And a 3-game losing streak has turned into 4. And we are now 0-4 in conference play this season in the CUSA. 2-7 overall on the year. And, man, a pretty brutal game right here. I mean, I think we had our opportunities in this one. I think our defense let us down in multiple points. I mean, we were not able to stop the run the entire night, but the 2 drives you look at is Sam Houston's 4th quarter scoring drive to go up by 2 scores. I mean, you got to get a stop there, and of course, you got to get a stop there with the 2 minutes and 3 timeouts. You got to give your team a chance with the football again. And, you know, 20 first downs for our offense, 300 total yards. I mean, that's better than what we did against UTEP. Can't remember the name for a second, but I think our offense definitely was better than that game. I mean, it's kind of easy they'd be better than that game. We really struggled in that game offensively, but I think we're still missing a little bit here on offense right now. And, you know, we didn't run the ball very well in this game, of course, only 61 yards rushing. And mainly the big part of that was because the second quarter was so bad for us. We were trailing by a ton going into halftime. I mean, we were down by 20 points going into halftime in this game. So we really weren't able to run the ball all that much. We only had 22 rushes. That's not enough for me. I want to run the football more, and I want that to be a better emphasis as we go forward in this season. But, you know, 243 passing yards, but look at all the incompletions we had in this game. Only 23 or 45 in that department. And, you know, Sam Houston, 203 passing yards, that's not a lot, but 254 rushing yards. I mean, that's insane. We're not going to win a lot of games by giving up those kind of numbers. And they were excellent on 3rd down, 8 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. We were only 40% in that area. 4 or 5 on 4th down conversions in this one. Sam Houston actually went for 2. They didn't get it. At one point in this game, we were only 40% in the red zone, apparently. We actually won the turnover battle. That might be the first time that we've done that all season long here in this franchise, and that's pretty impressive. I mean, our one interception was a bad one, and I mean, honestly, you look at it, maybe if I didn't throw that pick, that we might have had a chance. That would have been maybe the game-winning drive instead of a drive to make it a one-scoring game there at the end. You know, but yeah, I mean, it's not like we made a whole ton of mistakes. It's not like we turned the ball over a bunch or anything, 350 total yards. And I mean, overall, Sam Houston really dominated us in a lot of facets in this game. Their 2 turnovers were responsible for, you know, about 14 points, directly responsible for 7. But then we scored right after one of those other turnovers. And you look at Chad Perry, or Chaden Perry here. I was saying Chad Perry the whole time. Oops. But Chaden Perry, and you look at his numbers, and I mean, only a 51% completion percentage, only 129 yards through the air, and 1 interception, 3.9 average yards per throw. I just didn't think he did anything that was impressive to me. That rating in there, that passer rating is not good. Keon Jenkins, yeah, only 4 of 10, so he had 6 incompletions. But keep in mind, 3 of those incompletions came on his first drive that he came into the game. But look at him. I mean, he had 1 drive there, and he had 71 yards on 1 drive. Basically, yeah, he came in for 2 drives in the 4th quarter, but he really only had 1 drive where there was a lot of momentum, and he actually was completing passes. You look at Bowers, 19 of 28, 203 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 picks for him. A pretty good game, but honestly, Keon Jenkins did enough for me, and Chaden Perry didn't do enough that I think Keon Jenkins will get the start and will get the nod going into next week's game. I'll have to kind of play that by ear and not I mean, I did play that game in real life now, but I'm going to kind of ride the hot hand in terms of our offense, or in terms of our quarterback room right now, because I just don't trust really either one of those guys to be there and be great for us. Shamar Lawrence had 2 rushes through the ground, but really overall a pretty terrible day running the football for us. 162 yards by Gentry, that's pretty terrible. And then Jace Bauer had 78 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. That's terrible. So yeah, our rushing defense in this game was absolutely gashed. I mean, it's not an amazing running game either. Like, this team was a much better, much heavier passing team going in this game, and yet they ran all over us tonight. Josiah Myman led the team in receiving yards, very spread out actually, in terms of throwing the football across the field to everyone in this game. And we saw running backs get our receiving touchdowns in this one. Still have not seen a receiver really having a lot of success catching touchdown passes. Owens and Lawrence caught the touchdowns in this game. And Ross Burnett, 2 catches, only 18 yards. Nezaviah Burris had 2 catches for 19 yards. Steve Patterson had 2 for 14. Baki Beers had 1 for 9. Judah Lewis 1 for 7. And Eric Rivers 1 for 7 as well. And, you know, Eric Rivers has had a couple of pretty good games for us, but really there hasn't been one wide receiver that has stood out from you know, above everyone else. And you really haven't had that go-to guy that I look for on a lot of these plays when I'm passing the football this season. You know, you look at Noah Smith, he was incredible, 6 for 65, 2 touchdowns. Son had 5 catches for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns. Evans had 3 for 15, Phillips 2 for 22, Gentry 1 for 13, Idai 1 for 25, and then that last guy there 1 for 21. And you know, you look at the defense, and Jamal Potts with 14 total tackles and 8 solo is probably not a good sign for your defense. Elijah Anderson-Taylor did have 9 tackles, though he did play pretty well, but no sacks at all for us. We just didn't put any pressure on Bauer in this game, basically at all. Ezekiel Massis, though, did have a great game. I mean, he had 2 picks, including a pick 6 of 62 yards that really kept us in the football game. At that point, we were down by 2 scores. That was a huge play for us. No fumbles forced or anything like that, but a touchdown for Ezekiel Massis. First, you know, touchdown for him this season, I would believe. And, you know, the defense for this team, you had Kevin Gaither, who had 13 total tackles in this one, led the team. And then the middle linebacker, Sincere Jackson, had 10 tackles and had the only sack for Sam Houston. So we weren't getting sacked a bunch in this game really at all. We only had 1 in the whole game. And then Elias Escobar had what ended up being a pretty big and important interception late in the 3rd quarter of this game. And that was kind of the point where I was like, yeah, I just don't know if I trust Perry here. I think I want to try and see what Jenkins can do. We did have 1 more drive where Perry was the quarterback, and then we did end up scoring on that drive. But, yeah, I mean, this team right now is just in a bad spot, and we don't have a solid go-to quarterback right now. And again, you know, obviously we'll let you know what the plan is going into the next game. This is going to be a, you know, something in the post-game pressers that everybody's going to be asking about. Who is going to be that guy going into next week for you in the starting quarterback room? And I honestly think that Jenkins, just based off of that touchdown drive that he led, a 2-minute drill kind of drive, and just based off of that drive that he led alone, he probably will get the ball at the start of this next game for us. But we'll have to see. Can we finally end this losing streak? We got to get 1 win, at least in this conference. This conference is not overly, I mean, it's pretty competitive, but these are pretty winnable games. I think we've had a couple of these games that we probably should have been able to hold on to and win. And in recruiting updates, not a lot there to show you. We just haven't had a lot of recruiting news for you in the season so far. We did get a Conference USA Player of the Week for Ezekiel Massis, and he actually ended up being the National Defensive Player of the Week as well for his 2 interceptions and his touchdown. And then somehow, some way, I don't really get this, but yeah, Shamar Lawrence got Conference offensive player of the week, even though he only had 6 rushes, whatever. But yeah, I mean, we're playing against New Mexico State next week, and they're 1-6 this season. So if we want to have a good chance of winning right now in this season, this is going to be a great chance to do it next week for us. And you look at recruiting, and it just hasn't gone our way this season in the recruiting battle for the most part. We do have Zach Wheat, still our only commit. Kevin Romero right now, he's favoring FIU, and Tyler Naylor is now favoring Appalachian State, and he's probably going to commit very soon. Maybe he's going to commit to Appalachian State next week. We'll have to see. But Ben Vallejo is a guy that I would expect. We're hard selling on him right now, and I would expect that he commits here sooner or later. We are in the lead for him right now. I really hope that we can get him to actually commit to us. Phillip Gibbs, this kind of looks like a race that we might not be able to win. I mean, we're still in it here. We're hard selling him right now. So maybe we call into this race. It depends on how hard Georgia Tech and FIU are actually going after him right now. We'll see. Like Childress, we actually lost ground in this battle because Miami is all of a sudden interested in him. But granted, he is a 4-star player, and so I don't really know what the likelihood of us getting him is. I mean, just nobody really was offering him for the longest time in this regular season here, but now he's getting interest from a lot of different options from Miami, and now he's favoring them. We are going to hard sell him here, it looks like, on student of the game here, academic prestige, coach prestige, and proximity to home. Those are all areas he fairly is, those are check boxes, and we are pretty good in those areas, so we're going to hard sell him for that and see if we can possibly stay in this race. Jalen Rowe is also a guy that we were out in front for a while in this season, but all of a sudden he is now favoring a different school here. He's favoring FIU, who's taking all of our recruits right now, it seems. But we are lost ground on Hat Race as well. Justice Rubin, we lost ground a little bit, but I don't think Florida is going after him all that much, if I'm going to be frank with you. Unfortunately, we cannot schedule a visit for him for Week 14. That is unfortunate. But we'll see. I think I added more points onto Justice Rubin, and it looks like we will add more points to him because I think we can maybe win this race. If Florida is not actually really going after him, if we can get him, schedule and put him on max points here, then I think we can maybe do this. And actually, maybe we're going to hard sell. We're going to hard sell for campus personality here. He likes prestige, campus lifestyle, and proximity to home. So we're hard selling for Justice Rubin. And then a lot of the rest of our guys here are just guys that no other team is really going after. Nate Brown, nobody's going after him right now. Anthony Hoskins, nobody's going after him. But we have 90 points to spend, so we're going to put some points on a couple of other different players. But Daniel McGlooey, that's probably not how you say that last name, but we're first for him. Punter Arnett, we're first for him. James John, first for him. Dave Stormer, free safety, first for him. These races are still pretty underdeveloped. I mean, we're not even in the top 5 of a lot of these guys yet. Alan Sermon, doesn't look like we're going to get him here. And then there's a couple of 1-star halfbacks, neither one of which we've offered a scholarship to. But Angel Browning, this is a guy that we added to our board kind of midway through the season. We are now first on his board because nobody else has offered him a scholarship yet. And I like where he is at. And we haven't scouted him yet, but we don't really have points this deep in the season to do that, unfortunately. But he is a 3-star, so he's going to be good for us pretty much no matter what his ratings are. And we're going to get 30 points onto him right now. We jumped up Elias DeMarco's board here, and we are now first for him because nobody else is going after him right now. That's a good sign for us. And with 60 points here, it looks like we're going to add some points onto DeMarco here. We're going to give him 25 right now. We are trailing in that battle for Maxwell Pounds, but we are the only team with a scholarship. And then Juan Maya here, another running back. It looks like USF has offered him a scholarship, but they're not very serious about him. They haven't really given him very many points at all. So we can win that battle probably pretty easily. And as we look for these next 35 points, what are we going to go and spend it on? Well, we have a few running backs that we're looking at right now. And Nate Penning and Maya, they are both 2 stars. And so which one of these guys do we want to go after? Unfortunately, it's going to take us quite a lot of points to actually scout Dante Penning. Or Johnny Penning. But we will do that. We're going to scout him. We're going to take some points off of some other players here. And we're going to scout Penning. And we're going to see where his ratings are at. So we're actually taking points off of Elias DeMarco right now. Here to do this, to scout him. And unless he's a bust, I'm going to be going after him, putting points onto him. And he is not a bust here. He's got 86 speed, 70 spin move, 83 change of direction. I think he's a pretty decent player here, and somebody that I think we would want to get and go after. So we're putting 10 points on Donnie Penning here to see what this race develops. So honestly, I look at this recruiting board, and kind of the only guy that will probably be committing soon is Vallejo there, left end. But everybody else right now is locked in kind of hard battles, and I mean, we're not sure. I'm not sure how many of those guys are going to get. But that's a look at our recruiting board. And this team right now, not looking good. Our season is kind of falling apart on us right now. Can we get back in the winning column against a New Mexico State team whose season has just been as bad or maybe even worse than ours has been? The 1-6 New Mexico State Aggies. That game is next week, and that is our next week's game. And, well, this one is coming out here today. But thank you guys so much for watching this game. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content from me like this. We will have a Coaching Carousel Dynasty video up for you guys next time, and that'll come out here probably later on this week. So, thank you guys so much for watching. You've been listening to Lucas from Mars. Have a great day, everybody. And God bless.